What's going on, everybody? It's April 21st. It is a Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. Hope you're staying safe. So, the great Itchy Baka has a nice little piece out at Bleeding Fool right here that I want to talk about because, well, I find this stuff pretty interesting. We're going to talk about Star Wars toys. Notably because we have more evidence now that nobody wants them, particularly the sequel trilogy. Nobody wants the sequel trilogy toys. Nobody wants them. Nobody wants Admiral Holdo black figures. No one wants Rose Tico battle damage. Nobody even really wants Rey. Nobody wants them. And there's a lot of evidence to back this up. Go next time you're in a store, right? Next time you go to Walmart or Target or something, go to the toy aisle and go look and see how much dedicated shelf space they have for Star Wars. There's barely any there. Think about, 6 or 7 years ago. You got to go before Last Jedi. Go before Last Jedi and try to remember what those aisles used to look like. They used to be full of Star Wars stuff. That's gone now. Toys were some of the biggest money makers when it came to Star Wars, and it's been ruined because nobody's interested in these stupid characters. It's crazy to me how much Disney has ran this franchise into the ground. But, if you want to see evidence of these toys on clearance and everything, a really good channel that's really done a good job documenting this is World Class BSers. They don't abbreviate the last part there. You can find them by actually just typing that in. And they have a lot of videos where they go to like Ollie's and do like stacks of Rose Tico pyramids and stuff. It's really funny. So we have more confirmation now from this time the president of Gentle Giants right here. So this is this company. What they do is they make specialty toys. Right? You can see right here. You have Mandalorian, $120 for these busts. This one's $120, $200, $150. Okay, depending on the quality and what it looks like, you're going to pay a little bit more. So this is for the hardcore, is what this is. Now, we go to original trilogy. You can see more right here. Here's some stuff. Some of these look really cool. Here's a carbonite one. So it's more high-end stuff, really, is what you're going to find on here. They have some really cool stuff. Like, look at this Bosch figure that looks pretty cool. Or Bosk. I think this looks pretty cool. This is the kind of stuff you're going to find here. And you get it through Diamond. And we talk about Diamond quite a bit because Diamond's pretty connected to comics. But it's not just it's not just comics. They do toys and stuff, too. So let's go back to this interview. And it's not the president of Gentle Giant, the collectibles. They're actually interviewing the president of Diamond Select Toys. This is the distributor. So I want to make that correction real quick. So we have, this is from the Rebel Scum article, but Bleeding Fool cut out the important part here. So we're just going to go over that. So here's what they cut out that was pretty interesting. With the release of Star Wars The Last Jedi back in 2017 to date, we've gotten a Luke Skywalker mini bust, a Praetorian Guard statue, an Executioner Trooper statue, and some Porg bookends. Needless to say, the Episode 8 shelf has some room for more characters. Are there plans to continue making products from that film? And Chuck here responds and says, as you know, whatever was done before last year, DST had no control over. Gentle Giant Ltd. Made those decisions. But as I said, Dev is still here guiding the brand, and we are aware of the past history. I will say, from what we have seen, the sales on the products from 7 and 8, talking about Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker, were not too strong. I know those movies, as well as 9, have their fans, and those fans might say Gentle Giant never did the right products or characters or formats, and they might be correct. However, we can only go by what we know. For sure, the door is not closed to those products. And we are working on a couple pieces for the Rise of Skywalker right now. We were not allowed access to all of the movie before it came out. So we couldn't work on anything until after the movie came out. We're keeping a very close eye on it and listening to fan feedback. So if there is demand, we're happy to satisfy it. So a couple things in there. Okay, not a lot of demand for 7 and 8, right? And 9. Not surprising to anybody that's followed. This isn't going to be a revolutionary shocker, but it's nice to have more companies confirm what we already knew. There's no demand for any, and I find it funny. So I don't know much about Rebel Scum. I'm guessing maybe it's a shill site because they're like, oh, is there more demand for the Last Jedi toys? Nobody wants those Last Jedi toys. Nobody wants Old Man Luke, though there is an Old Man Luke bust. Nobody wants Rey or Rose Tico statues. These companies are expected to make this product to sell it to 4 people. Okay. Now, a company wants to make product to sell to, realistically, millions of people. They can dream, right? But the thing is, these weirdos that don't buy anything want the companies to make it so that it's there, so that, 1 or 4 or 5 people can pick this stuff up. So they're expected to research and develop and produce tons of product that costs lots of money to create to sell it to 4 people. That's the kind of mindset that these people have. So let's continue on because the best part is coming. So CW says, Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker hit theaters last December, and it looks like there are just 3 pieces up for pre-order at this time. Those being the Sith Trooper mini bust, Kylo Ren Dreamer Premier Collection statue, and the Kylo Ren Legends in 3 Dimensions bust. Notice that it's 2 Kylo Ren pieces. I want to point that out. You got a Sith Trooper mini bust there, but the other 2 pieces are Kylo Ren figures, or statues, right? I would imagine there are some very requested characters, especially in the very popular mini bus line that fans would love to see. Names like Emperor Palpatine, Poe Dameron, Azori Bliss, Babu Frick, Lando Calrissian, and C-3PO, and more. Can you speak on when we might see more characters for the final chapter in the 9-film Star Wars saga? And here's a really listen to this response. As I mentioned before, we are working on some, but I have to ask, are you sure there are lots of demand for these very, with quotations, requested characters? The overall demand for Star Wars busts and products is not what it was 10 or even 5 years ago. Really good point down here that Ichibaka adds and says, what happened 5 years ago? Well, we know what that was. That was the collapse of The Last Jedi, where all of the creators were Lucasfilm and media pounced on people and said, well, if you don't like this movie, you're an istophobe, piece of trash, and you were never wanted in the fandom in the first place, which turned a lot of people off. It was really Rian Johnson destroyed. He destroyed this franchise. So anyway, let's finish this off. It's not just a Gentle Giant issue either. The brand is very strong with The Mandalorian and The Clone Wars and more new content to come, but you all know what the production runs or collector products were in the past compared to now. We'd very much love to make more products from the new movie. It's not like we're sitting behind our desk, wringing our hands, thinking how we can stick it to fans and not make busts they want that will make us money, right? We just, as of yet, have not seen enough fans that would want to buy a bust that have that personal affection for some of these new characters that makes sense to justify going to production. But for sure, we're watching it, and perhaps as more time passes, fans' affections for these characters will grow. I doubt it. I don't think so. What a great comment that is, because, as much as all the shills and all the weirdos on Twitter want to try to push these movies up as some great thing, let me tell you something. Money talks. And when you don't have the sales there, it just proves a lot. Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, Han Solo, all of these old characters from the original trilogy still sell to this day. And if you have good product, like say it right here, The Mandalorian and the Clone Wars, people are buying merchandise from those shows. A guy that barely talks, The Mandalorian, outsells characters that had 3 movies. I mean, what does that say? What does that even mean? Like, people just want good stuff. If you give them characters that they like, they'll buy it. Nobody's buying Rey. Nobody wants a battle action Rose Tico or this. Who do they even make this Admiral Holdo for? Did anybody other than Ethan Van Sciver buy this figure? And he bought it to burn it in his fire pit or run it over with his car or something. He's done so many of those videos. The point is, nobody wants this crap. Nobody wants it. And it's funny, Gentle Giant, they'll make what you want, but Hasbro, whoever makes the Star Wars figures now, Kenner, I don't even know. All I know is I see them stacked up and people making pyramids out of them at Ollie's because nobody wants them. And it's so nice when we see that. And what's funny here is this guy's not saying, anything bad. He's just talking business. But, people will get all butthurt if this goes further than what they want. But I like how he was like, are you sure that there's demand for these very requested characters? Just throwing it back in this shill's face, laughing at him. So, more confirmation to what we already know. Nobody wants this trash. Nobody wants Admiral Holdo. I can't believe they even made this. I want to go look for it. If I buy one, I'll do a video destroying it. Like, who wants this figure? The character sucked. Anyway, that's it, guys. Just a fun video. I had fun doing this. I hope you enjoyed it. Give me your thoughts. What do you think? How do you feel about this? Give me your thoughts. Throw a like up if you would. Share the video. That would be appreciated. Make sure you're still subscribed, by the way. Subscribe if you're new. Hit that notification bell. Check out my Patreon or consider becoming a channel member as well. Even at the lowest tier, you get access to the Discord that I just started. And we got a nice little community in there. So consider checking that out. And as always, I will see you on the next one. Peace.